and welcome back to another episode on New Breed Pod. Thank you so much for your comments on the last video. We really enjoyed it. We hope that this new episode you're going to enjoy even more. And with no further ado, let me let you know what we're going to be doing today. I have so many handsome men in the house today. You guys are not even ready. By the way, P.S., they are all married, except one, Sha. You will get to know which one is the single one there. And today we're going to be talking about men have emotions. Before we dive into the topic, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So over to you guys. Over to you, men.
My name is Williams Alfred.
Well, my names are Johnson Bamidele Onobanjo.
Okay.
And I'm being popularly called Oladipo Abayomi Shoeton.
My name is Niyi Agumbiade.
My name is Ernesto Sadolo.
Thank you guys for honoring our invitation. Guys, when I told them that we want you guys here, I was like, I need to pick the best of the best of the best men. And I'm so happy you guys honored our invitation. Thank you guys so much. Now, without wasting any more time, my very first question, as the topic implies, men have emotions. Do men have emotions? I know it sounds funny. Do men have emotions?
Okay.
By God's grace, we do have emotions. We do have a lot of emotion. Most men, sometimes we do cry. We do shed tears. We do hit our heads on the wall. We do go back to what happened and say, why did this happen to us? Why did I make mistake, And emotion is about you trying to go back to the mistake you made in the past. And it will always be there. If you're a human being, you will definitely have emotion. Because animals do have emotions too.
Okay. Wisdom.
Yeah, good. I think I want to leverage on that point as well. Men have emotion. As a matter of fact, you need to see men when they are in their times of emotion. They are like a newborn baby that need to be paid by their wives. Yeah. Praise God.
Well, they said it all. Like, men have emotions too, definitely, but we just have a way of always hiding it or not really showing it so much.
It's like Mr. Williams. He saw through my questions. Oh, okay. I'm going to hold him on that. Now, yes, we have agreed that men do have emotions, but why do they hide it? Because not many men show it. They always have this tough skin. We can chest everything. But, why do men hide their emotions?
I'll start by pinpointing what Mr. Alfred said. We hide it a lot. For example, as married man, you have to be the head of the family. You have to be the, the strong one among all of the members of the family. So you want to show them that, there's no problem, everything is fine. You understand? No, this will motivate them. Your wife will be like, my husband is in charge, everything is fine. We just hide it, just to motivate the members of the family that everything's fine, everything's under control. So that, to avoid the other problem that come as a result of, being, flexible or being weak. That's just how I say.
Being weak. But do you think when men show their emotions, does that say they are weak though? Because for me, I think showing emotions is a strength. So do you think that it's maybe because of the pressure outside that men have to look a certain way, men have to act? Is that why it maybe now turns into like some sort of pressure for you to have tough skin? Is that why maybe? Because of the pressure?
I will not say we try to prove that we're strong. We just try to let people that we care about know that everything is under control. It's not that we don't have, it's not that we are strong like that, We just don't want to show it around the people we care for. So we rather go into that's why we use the word hide. We hide it from our loved ones.
Hiding things
so that's
from
just
us.
Okay, from my own point, I would say that men has 100% emotion because there are hormones that are moving around our body. So we cannot dispute that. Now, secondly, again, it depends on what you see as an emotion. Yeah, so when you say we hide emotion, on which perspective are you speaking from? Because there are emotions that are reflected in different ways. So there's an emotion, maybe that day the person don't want to say anything, they don't want to see anybody, but come to look at it, speaking from semi and single.
What is semi-single, guys? What is semi-single? I don't know what that means, but okay.
The third thing, okay, let me use the word the third thing and a single person.
Okay, we'll take that
Okay.
semi-single.
Okay, so like what I was saying is, when, for example, if you are a leader and something happened in the congregation, I'm trying to bring your picture now to what emotion is actually. Now, something happened in the congregation. Even if you are supposed to why would this thing happen? You will not react in that place because people are depending on your faith. So you as a father or as a man in the family, you are the driver. Imagine you carry your children in the car and brake failed and no car was coming on the way. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to calm down. Your emotion is now within you because if you react, the children will shout, you might lose control.
Right.
So you are the driver of the family. So you have to calm down.
Guys, are you jotting things down? I told you I brought wise men, the 5 wise men into the studio today.
And before we continue, I would like to say something here. Actually, there are 2 types of emotions, hidden one and open one. There are times you show your emotion for the other party to notice that you're feeling something, empathy. And there are some emotion that you just have to say, because I'm the man, because I'm the head of the family, I don't have to expose this, because once there is no head, body is gone. If there is no man, there is no emotion. Actually, emotion started with us. Because when you look back to the Garden of Eden, Adam had an emotion for the wife and said, okay, I love you. Whatever you say, I will do. The love emotion there is what makes him to accept the fruit in the very first place. Because he didn't want to lose his wife. He's a helper, from my own perspective, as
Okay.
I can say it.
All right. Do you want to say something, Daddy?
Yeah, I just want to add to you that it is true that you see most men hiding their emotions, but like you said, is it good for us to hide our emotions? Because we've also seen people, men, who by the reason of hiding their emotions also get hurt in the process and lead to untimely expectation, which I think is not too good. So it's my advice to people is, even while you see yourself as head, you should also let people know what you are passing through. So that will also help.
Yeah, that's very important, guys. Like, if you're going through anything, male, female, let someone know, talk to them. It kind of eases up your pain and your struggle. My next question. Do you think men are appreciated enough in this world?
I think I don't really appreciate it.
Well, it depends on who you're expecting to be appreciated from. And, well, generally, we should be appreciated from our family members and, people close to us. And if I'm to ask again, I mean, you are the one asking me questions, or asking us questions rather, but just to be sure about your question, are you asking generally from the world if men are being appreciated, or you're asking from a particular circle of people or people that are close to you, or,
Generally in the world, let's start from there before we narrow it down to maybe family and otherwise.
Okay.
Right now in the world, do you think men are appreciated?
Well, I think men are actually being appreciated, if you are with the right people. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to me, I think men are not well appreciated because people look at us with the eyes of men. So because they expect so much from us, and because of that, you discover that even in your best, people still expect that you should do more. So, and that's where this issue of maybe your appreciation is being accepted by people around you, or maybe you need to do more.
From my own perspective, I think it would now depends on who we're talking about now. For example, wherever you are, if you're doing the best thing or if you're doing your best, people really appreciate you. They will really recommend you, okay, this guy, because we're not equal. The way I'm going to react to something is not the way Mr. Williams, our daddy in the Lord, is going to react, no, bruh, knee here, not to talk of apostle. We all have different ways of approaching things, but we are always recognized or being welcome into that, but on a degree of perspective, on a degree. There's a clause there, on a degree, you know.
Sorry. I want to change my answer. I'm sorry. I would also go with pastor, because the reason why is because, for example, when there's a single man or just a man, his wife is missing or something, and is the only one providing and doing everything for the children, it is not really overemphasized. I don't really see people really talk about it the way they talk about single women or something. And there are so many cases whereby the man is the provider, is the one doing almost everything, and sometimes the women are not, really present there. But it is not really sin. But any situation whereby a man is not being responsible at all, it is overemphasized, like, oh, the woman is the one, the woman is the,
You just see people just say, they'll just tell you that women will, any little effort that they try to make in the society is overemphasized. But even when the man is doing so much, people, in short, they will just tell you that it's your responsibility.
I think we shouldn't be diplomatic in answering this question. If appreciation is 100%, then the one man gets is not up to 70%. Trust me.
It's not up to 50, sir.
Do you know? Yeah.
It's not.
There was one day I was watching a documentary of one health something. Okay. So there was one doctor that actually said something that there is a culture that some Americans, or will I say, like some parts of the Western world, that they believe that giving a flower to a man is when he has died in the grave. That's what they believe. So I can openly tell you, with what I've a little bit experienced, maybe when they're in the hospital or whatever, I literally see no appreciation. No appreciation. So if we have 100% of we saying if men are appreciated, I can tell you, if it is 100, we only have at least 60% of our appreciation, because they always want more from us. We are not doing it. We are not. Look at the jobs that are in the world. The hard job. It's done by men. But inside of that, they want us to have this thing, but no appreciation.
Okay, Apostle, let me now buttress your point now. If any parent have a baby boy, they should always pray for that child to be a man of recognition, because the day a boy is born into the world, there's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Whether you like it or not, because without a man, there is no world. That's look. We deserve. Most of it.
We don't really talk about Joseph.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Joseph.
Yeah. So, but a man, a man or men in general.
I I do get all of you, but you made mention of most of the hard jobs now. It's
That's true.
mostly men.
That's
now
true.
You see a lot of women coming up and are doing these hard jobs. You see women-
Ratio. What's the ratio? What's the ratio?
Well, I mean, the ratio might be lower, but
Yeah.
the
what
fact
I'm saying.
you can't. I mean, women can still do this thing.
All right.
You know why? Because women have all. I feel like some women, not all women. Let me not speak for all the women. I feel like some women have realized that look, these men are trying at the end of the day, right? What a man can do, a woman can do better. I stand by that because I also work myself very hard. Why? Because I don't want to depend on a man. There's already so much that is on a man than for me to now come and add my own on top. If a man can work hard, he can work a 9 to 5. Why can't I work a 9 to 5?
But
Do you understand?
not to the extent of a man, because let's look at it biblically once again. How many bones does a man have? 9. How many does a woman have? 7. That too is enough to knock you out. Just take it. Man should be appreciated any day, anytime, anywhere.
I mean, I do agree with that.
Okay,
You
if
know,
you
let's
do.
appreciate our men.
Even that 7 is taken from one of the men. It's one rib.
Let me say the word is not fair enough when it comes to men. Like your example you gave an example of yourself that you like to work 9 to 5 p.m. to earn money. Now, when you're not married, of course, yes. So now when you get married and then you still work 9 to 5 and you bring the income home, and the man also, which is your husband, that works 9 to 5, you realize that he spent more than you. In fact, at the end of the day, you still expect him. Forget it. You will still expect him to give to you from his own pocket, right? And he has to fed for the whole family. He has to pay bills. He has to do every other thing. Now your heir, you say, oh, he has not given me money for air. Though you are earning money for yourself, do you even spend for yourself?
But I mean, that for the women that don't spend on themselves, I feel like that's the fault of the women. I feel like it's not really because you see some men that'll be like, I don't want you to spend your money. I want to do it.
There's a different story entirely.
I think
You understand?
That statement is mostly found in the single. Until you experience marriage, that's when you know that you don't want me. I don't want
Probably I'll be a different type of. I'll be a different kind of married woman in Jesus' name. Because I mean, it's honestly like the men are going through a lot. You know, they have to pay bills, they have to do this, do that. The least you could do is these little things. It's not until you must say, "Oni, I want to buy pad," or "Oni, I want to buy tomato." These are things I feel like some women can do. Okay, let's not spend too much on this. Now, another question that I have is: do you think men and women think alike?
Nah.
It's a straight no.
Nah.
These people are no. Okay. Why do you think men?
Okay,
and
now
women
let me
think
just
alike?
bring it to the household, you know.
Household of faith.
Yeah. So as a man, you think of you work to take care of your family, you know. You know, when you get the money, you think of so many things. You have to pay the rent, you have to pay the bills, you have to pay, you know, you have children in school, you have to pay the school fees, and all the stuffs like that. Now, the woman, when they get their own, I'm not going to generalize this, you understand? But I know with what we see on social media, 60 to 70% of them think of themselves only, how to buy the wig, how to do nice makeup, how to buy this, how to buy them for themselves only. And then the little they do is to buy for the children. And they say, oh, and they will not overemphasize on
Maybe I bought for the
the
kids.
little one they do. You understand? And so that's why I say straight no. We think differently. When a man has money, you think of, oh, let me get married. So let me have a family of myself. But when a woman, let me build a house, you understand? But when a woman has money, no, then you not see this spirit of feminism in them.
Wow.
You understand?
Let
So
this
no, it's
feminist-
quite different. No,
Let
we
this
think we
feminist-
don't think alike.
Also, I think we don't think alike because most women, once they have money, you see they talked about mine, not ours. So there are so many factors to it, so many that cannot, if we begin to, we cannot just exhaust it. But our thinking is just the gap is too high. Because any money that comes into man's, and before he think of himself, be rest assured that he has made about 70 to 80%.
And the appreciation now, let me say this one from our own example. there's this let me say, my wife, she has her own money, but she appreciates me more. She gets more joy when I give her my own money. So that research.
Catch yourself, please. Okay, you wanted to say
Yeah,
something.
so for me, where I'm emphasizing on the money, I would want to go back to the first question you asked, which has to do with emotions. So our emotions are not, I mean, I would say men deals with, like when they are to take a decision, you asked if we think the same way. So I don't think we think the same way, because for most men, when they are to take a decision, they are very, very logical about what decision they want to take. But women take decisions more with emotions, you know? So it's not like men's emotions are completely dead or they don't have emotions, but we would rather be realistic than to be emotional, like, oh, I'm not saying emotions or being emotional is not the same thing as having faith. That's another deeper ball game entirely. But being realistic, this is the situation you are in, and this is our reality. What can we do about our reality? Let's accept our reality. But most women would want to be like, if you, I don't want to say more than that. So
Okay.
just that.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah. You see, the question you asked if we think alike, you see that one of the reasons why I also think that we don't think alike is that women are emotional with their thinking.
Is it all the time though?
Most of the time,
All the
women,
time.
they attach a lot of emotions to their thinking.
So
But
women,
men want to face the facts, look at it in a very.
I mean, is it because if you say women are very emotional, is it 100% of the time? Because I have met logical women. Because maybe the olden days women. If you see the new generation women, first of all, they use their head. They forget their heart self sometimes because they want to see how, number one, how is this decision going to favor me?
So it's
It's not really emotional. They're using their
I'm
head.
just back to what we are saying here.
But we are talking about.
How is it going to favor me? Any man will first think of how it's going to favor my family.
I want to say this.
Apostle!
What I want to ask is that I'm not saying I'm not against any gender, right? So I'm only saying this, that is there any way human being in quote can think without emotion?
There's no way.
So why are we emphasizing?
Okay, Apostle said it all there. There is no way a normal human being can think without emotion.
And I think
The question is, who
Who do you think
I
alike?
think
Do
what
women think
happens
alike?
there is just reaction. How women react to what they think.
Okay.
It's not emotion. Nobody thinks without emotion.
Okay.
All right, I agree with you.
All right. The very last question. What do you think women can do to help you men? Because you guys go through a lot. I agree. The men are going through a lot. Some of them are depressed, low-key, but they can't speak up. So what can women do? What can even men, because I feel like even these things, sometimes men don't even talk to themselves. They still want to show guy man, I know they shake, nothing feels shake me. But what can women, for the married people, what do you think your wives can do to ease your stress? For the singles, what do you think, maybe your sisters, because I'm sure maybe some of us will have sisters, what can they do to help you guys, just to relieve your stress a little bit? I'm sure we cannot relieve your stress 100%, but what are the steps that we can take that can help you guys?
Well, if I may comment on that, I think this day, well, maybe I would say the older generation women, I'm not too sure if I found that in the younger generation these days. And maybe some few ones that is just coming up. We've seen some women doing fantastic things in the home, trying to make sure that they be a very good woman, supporting their husband to achieve goals. And I'm telling you, it's been wonderful in some homes anyway. maybe because of the upbringing, because that also has to be with the upbringing. But relatively these days, you've seen, well, at least we can see some women that you can say, thank God for this woman in the life of this man. So I think for some reason, the women are trying in this regard.
Modern age or olden age?
I mean, it doesn't matter. What can,
That's why I said,
Daddy, what can your wife do to relieve your stress?
Well, to relieve my stress, she has to be in my position.
Which
that's where I'm going now. That would be impossible for her. The only thing is she should always pray that this man should have the ability, the energy, the love, or the kind of facilities that will make him to continue to be the man. Because the moment a man is off in a home, that home is half gone. Take it or leave it. No matter how hardworking a woman can be, it can never be like a man.
that's true.
Because the way God created us, He created us in a way that we are just like a shock absorber. If a car does not have a shock absorber, drive it on a rough road. You'll be bouncing up and down till you say, okay, I've had enough of this. Honestly. And because of your nature of creation, your emotional is making you to always deviate from the right road sometimes. You know, when Satan come to the Garden of Eden, why did the Satan come? When it was only Eve that was there. If Adam would have been there, that thing wouldn't have happened. But because of the feebleness or the flexibility of you guys, you tend to jump on everything. Oh, Jonah, oh my God, oh, look at this. Oh, I mean, no, man, we use our logical sense. We weigh it, we put it on the scale. How will this be? If I do it this way, how is it going to end up with? That's why it makes us very different. But a woman to help us out is just to support us and pray for us. Knock it off.
Okay, I want to say this. You know, when we want to speak, it will look as if we are trying to teach our elders. So that is why I'm being careful here. So I'm watching.
Go ahead,
so that I can learn. You know, Paul, who talks about marriage, who I even preach in church, is not married. So I think I should speak a little bit. So now, talking about how women can help relieve our strength. I remember when I was still home with my sibling, I grew up in the midst of girls. So I found out that whenever I have a body, what they do, they bring idea to me. So I believe, you know, he said a man leave his father's house. He didn't say a woman. That means the man that hand over the woman to you is for you to father the woman. I don't know if you get that.
All right.
So your idea is welcome as my daughter and as my wife. That is why he hand over it to you. This is where I stop. Continue the fathering here. So he didn't say a woman will leave. He said a man will leave to go and live with another father, which is another husband, another wife. So one thing I'm saying here is that idea. You must give us an idea as a man. So when we bring something to you, give us the idea, then see how we can enforce that idea to work. Because don't tell us today, I'm telling you, okay, we are going to buy a rod to complete this house. And the next morning you're asking me for iPhone 14 Pro Max phone and money. Is it that the idea you brought was just for a moment? So overnight I have worked to give you money for iPhone 15. It's not possible. So stand on your idea when you have given us an idea. See it working before you can ask.
Okay. Anyone else want to add anything? Okay, they have said it all. So as you guys have heard, the women, let's pray for them. Bring your ideas. You know, let the men know we have something that we are bringing to the table. So I want to say thank you all for joining us today. I really enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we hope that you stay with us till the next episode. See you again next time. Bye.